All right, what's up, everybody? We are talking cold brew. Okay, so I know it's summertime. We drink a lot of cold brew. Actually, cold brew has become so popular that people are drinking it all day, every day. I mean, you see the line through Dutch Bros. It's nuts, right? And I'm gonna be honest with you. I think it's crazy that people pay for cold brew. It's super easy. It's super inexpensive. There's no reason to spend a bunch of money on getting pre-brewed cold brew. Right? Say that too many times. So what we're going to do is we're just going to talk about a quick way to brew it. Starting off, right? So cold brew, like I said, is super easy, but if we don't prep right, it can be kind of a pain in the butt at the end. The brewing part is easy. Like you just throw cold water and coffee together and let it sit. Problem is though is that because it steeps for a really, really long time, the water extracts these super fines out of the coffee. And those super fines can turn into sediment at the bottom of your glass. And I'm not a big fan of sediment. So I like to make sure that my cup is as clean as possible. That's just how I like my coffee. So to do that, the easiest way, and depending on how much you're brewing, right? Like this one is just, we're gonna do a small bit. But I mean, you can use those gallon pitchers. It's up to you. If you drink a ton, make a ton. Like it's good in the refrigerator for about 2 weeks. So you can make a lot of cold brew and be good with it. I make them in like 2-liter batches because we drink it throughout the week. So, but here we're going to be doing it real quick. One of the things that I recommend everybody get who's going to brew it are these things. These are like little filter bags, kind of like a tea bag. They are, I don't know, $10 for 100 of them on Amazon. It's well worth it. Trust me, it's worth it. If you're gonna brew your own cold brew, get these filter bags, right? So you take these things, throw it in your jar, roll it over the side. That's it. I lost my coffee grounds. Got them. Pour those bad boys in there. Basically, you're done, right? Then what we're gonna do, again, remember, because coffee is 98% water, you have to use good water. If you don't use good water, you don't have good coffee. It's just truth. I'm sorry, I'm not sorry. Okay, so this is in there. I brew my cold brew at a 10-to-1. If you are used to a toddy style brewer, or even if you go to most shops, they brew at about an 8-to-1. So they'll use, most coffee shops will use 1 pound of coffee to 1 gallon of water. We've served it multiple different strengths. The 8-to-1, we got a lot of feedback that it was a little too strong, and they didn't like it. So we upped it to, we'll run anywhere between 10 and 12-to-1. So that means, I prefer 10-to-1. So that means 10 parts water to 1 part coffee. So what I poured in here was 40 grams of a very coarse ground coffee. Okay, so coarse ground, it's going to be at like your French press level of grind, okay? Because you got these big particles. You want those big particles because, again, the super fines will come out. Also because it's going to be steeping for so long that you need the bigger particles, so it takes longer to pull the stuff out, right? The one nice thing about cold brew is that because you're steeping it for a long time, and to be honest with you, the grind size is probably more for the filter than it is for anything else, because the temperature isn't going to pull out all of the same molecules that you would in a hot brew. So yeah, got our coffee in our filter bag, pour in the water, simple as that, right? When it's all done, you pour this out, or actually, you would do this, lid it, steep it for, I say at least 24 hours. There's a lot of people that do 12 hours. I actually steep mine for 36 hours. That's just been the time that I like, but you can do 24 hours and be just fine. Again, depending on how much you're making and your logistics. I don't know that you can really over steep cold brew. Because you're not using hot water, you don't really have a catalyst in there breaking down cell walls, things like that. So 24 to 36 hours, let it sit, bring it back in, pull this bag out, squeeze out anything, throw that away, right? It's garbage. Actually, it's not garbage. I use it in my mulch pile and all over my garden. It's great for bushes, so lots of nitrogen. So save it, dump it out there. Supposedly coffee grounds keep ants away too. I don't know if that's true or not, but it doesn't hurt, right? And there's lots of nitrogen, so it's good for your plants. That is really the extent of cold brew. It's that easy. Now, if you don't have the filter bag here, it can be a pain in the butt, okay? Because you're steeping for so long, those superfines come in and become sediment, like I said. And if you don't want that sediment, then you have to pour it through a paper filter. And those superfines actually will clog up your paper filter. And so it'll take forever to filter out this little bit of coffee to get just the cold brew. It takes a long time. There are lots of other brewers. I use one from Brewista USA, and it has a double filter, so you use a filter bag and then it's got another little filter by the spout, and I really like it. It does about a liter, it does about 2 liters per batch. And again, like I said, that's how simple cold brew is. If you use this bag, there's no reason to do anything else, to go buy it anywhere else, because it's that easy. You literally just pull this out, throw it in the garbage can, and now you have cold brew. So, trying to think if there's anything else really that you need, really. As long as you got good water, use your filter bag, you brew it for 36 hours, coarse grind. That's it. Cold brew is really, really easy. And so yeah, I'm trying to find things to talk about, but that's it, right? So I hope that helps. If it doesn't, if you got questions on your cold brew, let me out. If you want to get into like ratios and strength and your water, all of those things, hit me up. Let me know. Would love to chat about it. I like helping people make better coffee. And again, we're waging our war on bitter coffee, right? So if this helped you, please like, share, subscribe. Let your friends know so that everybody can enjoy delicious coffee, because you shouldn't have to be super privileged to get good coffee, right? It's accessible to all of us if we just know how to do it. So I appreciate you. Thank you for listening, for watching, and I look forward to helping you some more.